Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whatever else is watching. My name is Nick, and we are playing once more Dragon Quest Builders 2 on the Nintendo Switch 2. Previously we finally found iron, and I'm guessing this time in this video we will get Goldirox to completely golden, or not golden, to Copper Golem status, which also gives me a little bit more leeway with my videos. But first up, we made the smithy, and Magrok has a mission for us. Okay, now that they are awake again, Magrok, you have a mission for me. Sledgehammer, of course. I knew you figured something out, Nick. A hardened hammer like that won't bounce off tough rocks like that weak wooden thing. Well, time to break out the anvil and the elbow grease. Have you got everything you need to make it? If not, it's back down the mine you go. Well, with the last declaration, I do have it. Everything I needed. So, because those ingots are now ready as well. So I don't have to do anything with those mines. Okay, let's see. I did make one, yeah? Yeah, I make one. Oh, there's my hammer. A attack plus 6. Of course, that is nothing compared to the attack plus 40 of the copper sword, so don't use this for fighting. But it also actually kind of shows the destruction stat. So actually it should have been a destruction plus 6. That is how much more powerful this is. And it can now also destroy other things. Before I make this though, I actually want to show something off first. For example, when I try to pick these blocks up, I cannot do that. When I try to swap these blocks, the trowel will not do this. It will not allow me to change these blocks at all. And that's because my hammer cannot break these blocks. Now that I have the sledgehammer, I can build one. I still am so hurting that it costs 3 ingots in total. Oh. Smash even the sternest, stoutest stuff. Okay. Neek. What the heck is that? It looks kinda like your old hammer, but much more smashy. It really suits you. But the real proof of the pudding is in the smashing. Let's go and test that thing out on some poor unsuspecting rocks. But how come you're the only one who gets a shiny new toy? I want you to make something nice and dangerous for me too. Well, eventually I will think up something. Didn't I give you that club already? That's a fine sledgehammer you've crafted there, Nick. I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Down in the mine. When I see that you use your sledgehammer in hand, it fills me with confidence. If anyone can rebuild the pub and revive the mine, you can, Nick. But there's something I've got to get off my chest. We've got to get the children of Hagen off this island. They've been running the show round here for too long. No matter how many of us see the light and reject Hargon's ways, so long as his lackeys are still around, spreading their lies, we'll never bring the good days back to Crumbledon. This island is ruled by the Underseer, one of the children's top brass. If you can defeat her, it'll put Crumbledon back in our hands and give Hargon a proper poke in the eye. Oof. Yeah, the Underseer. That's gonna be a thing. Oh, hey, Doogie, you have something? I probably have to go down the tracks. But first up, I want to show something else again. I do have the hammer now. So that means... Let's see, I have... Yeah, the hammer is automatically equipped once I created it. I can now pick up these blocks with the gloves, because the hammer can break them. These blocks can now be broken by the hammer, and it's called Umber. In addition, my swapping tool can now swap these blocks as well. These tools are tied to the strength of your hammer because, let's see, if I equip the old one, I can no longer pick this up. I can no longer swap. It is tied to the hammer you have equipped and not to actually anything, to progress in the story. So if you equip back the old mallet, giant mallet, then yeah, you will get some reduced things with your other equipment as well. I wanted to open that up. Because I think eventually I will move this a little bit, one more place backwards. So I have a little bit more space around here. But yeah, that's what I wanted to show off with the new mallet. As you can see, I can now pretty much break even harder rocks. And Digby, where the heck are you? You had... Oh, there you are. You had a mission for me. What's unique? I heard you've got yourself a sledgehammer now. Sounds like just the tool we've been looking for. Remember that rocky blockage Doogie said you couldn't break down? Well, I reckon that new hammer of yours could do a smashing job on it. Nick, before you go, take these. I made them myself, you know. In case you get hungry down there. Those tunnels are cold and dark, not to mention dangerous. You and Malworth watch each other's backs down there, okay? Again? Listen here, Nick. I'll let you take her lunch, but I'll never let you take her heart. That belongs to me. Would you wish something you would wish? Now ain't you got a hammer to be swinging somewhere? Off you trot then. Down the mine. Or you could just warp it all the way to the iron dig site. May as well cut out the legwork, ain't it? Okay. Well, we have to go that way? In that direction? Well, actually, no. Let's go to the map. Not that. That's a lower level. Upper level, we have to go to the iron dig site. Yes. Ooh, there was a lonely rock. I really have to replace these flagstone. But the unfortunate thing is that flagstone is something you get really late in the story. Nice of you to join us, Nick. But why have you brought that smug look with you? What we need a particularly powerful... You mean a sledgehammer? Eh? You made yourself a sledgehammer? Sounds like just what we need to shift this blockage. Well, there ain't no time like the present, Nick. I wanna see how your new toy sizes up to them rockin' hard blocks. And then you will see that even that will... Well, I can break him now. Can I also break this? Boom! And that goes in all the way. Actually, if you see, this is just one wide. The actual blockage is just one wide. But, it's okay. Let's open up this. That's also something you will see when you come across these blockages that are actual deliberate borders to cut us off from progression. These are deliberately put. They are only one wide, but the blockage is real. And oh yeah, of course. Huh. Yeah, probably we'll use another tool later on to make those things make that bigger. But you will see that they actually built up the island to have these stronger blocks that we just cannot break at this moment, in order to, well, prevent us from progressing too far ahead in the space in here. Doogby, what the heck is now the problem? Have a butchers at this, Nick. There's a wet stuff all over the shop. Us miners ain't exactly the strongest swimmers. If we got swept into that lake, it'd be curtains for the lot of us. Sorry, Nick, but we can't go no further. Hang about. See them chains? Have a quick shimmy up and find out where all this water is coming from, will ya? Try plopping down a few blocks and see if you can plug the leak. All that muscle, and they never learned how to swim. Probably because it isn't that buoyant then or something, but oh well. Yeah, if you did not know that you could actually climb these chains as it is, this would be seriously? No, Melroth, we don't need... You done? We didn't need all that cord. This... Yeah, that one gives grass fiber. And Dranquist Builders one, it gave something else. But the goal is to plug up, well, pretty much this over here. You could also have swum. I think this is also a possibility. You can go inside here and then swim upwards. That is also how you can climb up. So you don't actually have to use the chains. However, if you did not know you can climb those chains, This is pretty much your lesson for it. You put a start to the league, Nick. You're an absolute legend. Now we can head down to the lower level. I wonder what we'll find. And if he while he says that, they are actually not going yet. I have moved on and wonder where Doggy would stay. But no, you first have to talk to him again here to make sure that they are going. Thanks a million, Nick. Now we can head on over to the bridge without having to worry about drowning. I've got a question. How did this big puddle get here in the first place? That ain't no puddle, Marov. It's an underground lake. Beautiful, ain't it? This mine's hiding more mysteries than we can possibly imagine. The old tales tell of mystical temples, forgotten shrines and hidden treasures. So valuable, dear, and valuable. These... when it is valuable and they're then invaluable. Okay. These tunnels might be dark and deadly, but if the stories are to be believed, they're chock-a-block with adventures just waiting to happen. Okay, and now they will head off, but we will not be following them just yet. X is not to open up my inventory. Because I need to open up the inventory because I'm hungry. I see that my hunger is low. Hence, as you can see, there is a torch over there. Let's... How does that work again? Oh, it's A. Then why did it work on the X button just now? It's A. Okay. I had the wrong button again. I wanted to take out the windbreaker, but yeah, as you can see, there is a little shrine here. The thing is that we can go behind this shrine, up here, and then we find our next chapter object. We now find the Crested Viper Fountain. It's a special fountain in the form of a serpent, which we have to place in the water. I will find a nice place here somewhere, although not here on Crumbledon. I will not be placing it over here. Now that we've done that, we can actually continue on. Oh yeah, also one more thing. These plants over here, they give cotton. These are cotton plants. There are a few of them around here, and okay. That means we now have enough ore for Goldirox. Listen here, lads, the line's fading fast, so we'd better get cracking with today's accumulation declaration. Gather around, lads, it's time to kick off today's declaration, and it looks like we've bagged a bumper haul. First up, is Nick's share, and he won't be disappointed. Here goes. 41 lumps of coal, 15 chunks of iron, and 14 chunks of copper. And that's all. And that ain't all. I've totted up today's total, and we've topped 1,000 lumps of copper. Top work, lads. We all know what this means. Alright, that's your lot. You boys deserve a digger jigger or two tonight. Just make sure you're up bright and early for more mining in the morning. Okay, as you can see, we weren't there, so nothing actually happens with Goldirox just yet. But what I was trying to explain first, we have here these special plants that give you cotton and these will be required for later in the story when we have to build certain recipes. Certain items we have to put in our how do I say it? In our rooms. However, I would suggest don't go too crazy with building them yet. Still, if you do, it isn't that big of a deal. Because you won't soft lock yourself. The game is nice about it. You can find cotton all around this lake. You have to go around it at the edges where you can find the cotton plants. But they are limited though, and they are only here in this area. But even if the cotton plants are limited, that does not mean that how do we say it? That you can soft lock yourself by building things with the cotton that you otherwise don't need and therefore cannot progress the story because you don't have cotton to build the things that you do need. Bunny corns next to the meat drop also cotton, but it is very rarely they do that. As the major miner, I'm gonna doogie. This is a dark one again. Just do this. Ooh! I don't think we've seen that one yet. Once more you can see here that the line is just one block deep. Oh, this is the blue ones. Remember some hill slime that said that we have to be careful for when these blue ones would turn up, because that means it's night and they are tougher than the green ones. These are the hoodlums that he was talking about. And now we should be able to... Holy crap! Now please do something. They actually do a lot more damage. Woohoo! Many enemies actually change. Oh boy. Change their appearance. For example, you can also see that the mole enemies that were brown at first are now blue. These are also stronger variants of those enemies that turn up at night. Why is that one green? I do not know. Because he should be blue. It's night at this moment. Okay, we reached level 13. My maximum HP. Great. And I get a longer breath gauge. So my stamina is longer now. Whoa. I don't... Yeah, ouch. Oh boy. Oh. I really need to... I'm going to need to get... Can I... Best medicine, go to bed. And during the night, that also means we skip to the morning. This is the best medicine to do, even if it is in the middle of a... Oh, you're back again? If you don't mind, we are now moving on. I have shown off... Oh, you guys are still here? Does that mean this is a permanent spot for you blue guys? I thought you only came out at night. Or it could be that in the other parts of the tunnels I was always there during the day while... Ow! While I was here during the night. This is an interesting spot actually. You can see here, it actually goes up to the surface. Back again. And I think this is also a place where Doogie and the others would eventually come. Or run off to when you collect them. But you can actually go up here. And when we go up here, we can see you over there. That tough guy. I will... on the map, it's over here. This is the town and you have it here. It's actually somewhere in the middle of this mountain range. That is one of the super strong monsters. As soon as I'm ready, and as soon as I get access to all of them, because there is one that we cannot get to at the moment, then I will deal with super strong monsters as well. Just like with the mini medals, we will hold off on it. However, in this chapter, actually it pays really well to have those super strong beating those super strong monsters as well. So if you know how to dance with those things, I would advise you to do that now. This is a good way. Hey! This is a sand... Yes, it's not X. This is a sand wall. Buttons. Cool guys, don't look at explosions. That means we can place a bomb here. I do want to collect this all first. Actually, at this moment, I'm kinda sad that I don't have my magic pencil just yet. But yeah. Because otherwise I would have tried to make a Hey, you're brown again. You're gone. Where'd you go? I think the blue ones are just for that area. Yeah. Okay, you still don't... Oh, a grove of monster attacks. Crikey on a bikey! Crikey on a bikey, that's a good one. I have to use that one somewhere once. More monsters! And they're coming from the children of Hagen. Nick, Melworth, please, you gotta do something. Don't let him touch me! Okay, let's deal with them. Let's grab a steak. I only need one. And eat. Ow! I want to eat steak. May I? Because that ups my attack. It also gives me a little bit more leeway with you guys. Although Melworth is doing most of the hard work. Why didn't I hit? Okay, then I did. Now I hit. Great. Lovely jubbly. You had it under control all along, Maroth? Good news is we've taken back another area from the children of Argon's clutches. Bad news is, I think they're onto us now, and knowing what that lot are like, they're sure to set their sights on the pub next. Probably. But if they so much as spill a drop of meat jigger, they'll face fury the likes of which they ain't never seen in their worstest nightmares. Right, with your monster phobia, we probably have to do it, don't you? Or not? You do that for us, right, Melroth? Haha, of course. Don't give me that look. Come on, let's keep moving. Wait, we actually have to... Okay, this is a very large area. That is a bit interesting. Ooh! Damn. Even our hammer cannot go through that one. So that is gonna be for later. But here is the rest of the iron ore. From now on we will get more iron again. And also probably more copper. We made stonking progress, Nick. We just need to repair a bit more track. Then we can count the first level of the mine fully fixed. Exploring these tunnels ain't done much good for me crippling monster phobia. But on the plus side, we bag more metal than we can shake a pickaxe. Once we fix the mine and get the pub done up nice and proper, it'll put that whining smile back on Babs' pretty face. And she'll dress up in a fancy rabbit suit and all. God blimey, I think I might be hopping mad with excitement. Anyway, as I recall, you used to be able to ride a minecart from near here all the way back up top. Right, let's get this railway up and running again. Time to lay some more track at. Nick? Now then, where was that station? Ah, there it is. Now, this section of track's got two lines running parallel. We better fix both, eh? It's a tricky job, but it shouldn't be a problem for our resident railway repair. Yeah, maybe. Well, so long as you got enough track on ya, that is. If you need any more, there's plenty above the place that we ain't using. Alright, Nick, time to make tracks. Back to town. Well, here you got some more tracks that, well, you can use. Let's grab the other tracks first and then 3, 2, 1. Let's use the big bash to collect them all at the same time. Looking up, big bash, and boom. Wait, what? You're supposed to be... Weird. That was weird. Yeah, now I did the same and the bottom layer did go off. Did I stand on something that made me actually be higher? Well, it is a possibility. Okay, with 72 tracks, that should be more than sufficient in order to get us going. Oh, it starts off nice. No, hey, no. In case you don't remember, the loading station is just there. This time round, we've got two lines running side by side. Yep. 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 Yeah. I wanted to put down a track, nothing more. Although, probably it's now better that I... Oh, wait. Leave it at that. What kind of nincompoop would build a minecart track heading straight into a wall? Hang about, that ain't no wall. If I've got me bearings right, we should be right by. Nick, smash a hole through those rocks. If my hunch is correct, there's something very familiar on the other side. Okay. But I'm gonna take the cart a little bit closer. Whee! Oh, there was actually. I didn't see that one. Now that one can go here. Okay. 3, 2, 1 and boom! Okay. 3, 2, 1 and boom! You said I had to smash this and I don't see something on the other end. I just see more wall. Are you sure about having more, that the something is on the other side? Well, but oh, hey, we're back at the base again. We've only gone and done a whopping big circle and come back around to the eastern side. Now we've got easy access to anywhere in the whole upper level of the tunnel, of the mine. And once you got that track laid, we'll have a convenient little shortcut to either end. Lovely jubbity. Okay. You're supposed to hit that one as well. I was gonna say, you have to hit that one as well. Okay, I do need to get my track now laid again. And collect my card so that we can actually go to the next part of the track. Whee! I saw it correctly. This. Oh yeah, you don't have to press the Y. You don't actually have to push a button to pick things up here. This is not Pocopia, where you actually have to do extra steps in order to pick stuff up from the ground. Yeah, that was one of my frustrating parts though, from Pocopia. Well, that's half of the line mended. All that's left now is to do the other one. Is half the line mended? Okay. If you say so. Ugh. Apparently we need more. Nice one, Nick, me old mucker. You've single-handedly reconnected the entire rail network for the upper level of the mine. Tractacular work. And actually this is a real funny one, because at this point you can start on this line and end up in the track, and the track will stop. And this one, well, you saw where, today where it started again. I once had the plan to lay track all around the upper tunnel. We start here. Actually, yeah, we start here. We come to this place. Then we go all... no. Yeah, we started here, I think. Here. This is where we started. This is where we started, yeah. We went all around. Through here. Then... that, yeah. Then we... but here is where the track ended. So you go actually here and then can go around all the way here. And the track again would start up over here. And this would lead us to this place again. Eventually. I once had the plan to lay the track all around this part. Going over here, through here. And even over the lake, back here, to meet up with the same track over here. That is something I had planned once to do, but I never realized it. Maybe I will do that as well for this... maybe I'm gonna do that for this game, but that does take a whole lot of tracks. And I also just want to fix up the tracks with the flagstone and everything. And the wood in general. To put in nicer wood and all that kind of stuff. Not the broken stuff. But that requires a whole lot of resources. And I don't have a recipe for flagstone just yet. So yeah. That will have to be on the back burner. And I don't know if we will actually do it. Thanks for fixing the railway up, Nick. We've had a few scrapes along the way, but we finally got the old top level of the mine back in action. Job done. But hang on, if our job's done, where's all the gold? Isn't that what Goldirox needs to get his strength back? I told you before, didn't I? This mine's absolutely huge. We ain't even scratched the surface yet. If we want to get our hands on the shiny stuff, we gotta go deeper. We're going to head down into the bowels of the earth. It sounds like the real adventure's only just begun. You said there was some kind of long-lost, evil haunted temple down there, right? I can't wait to see it. Whatever floats your boat, mate. I know what me and the lads want to see. A great big smile on Babs' face. Let's head back up top and give her the good news, eh? We're already at the top. Oh well. Okay. We had enough lumps of copper at this moment. In this position, at this point, now that we fixed up the entire top mine, when it is 100%, it is possible to get here with still needing to go about 3 to 400 lumps of copper. I have done that before. Yeah, in this let's play, because of all the explaining that I did, all the talking, I have been going much slower than anyone would usually do. Therefore, I actually got there the legitimate way with a number of copper. If I were to do it now here, the game would give it to me, because at this point the game expects me to have enough copper. We need actually Goldirox at sufficient copper level that he would get enough copper to become Copper Golem in order to progress the story again. He isn't a Copper Golem yet, even though we have enough lumps, but that will change once I enter the town. Mission complete. Fix the tunnels. Neek, Melwath! Word about town is you got all the tunnels back open. That's marvelous. I never doubted you for a second. Thanks a million. Once the metal starts flowing in, this town will get its buzz back. You'll see. Come on, let's go and tell Goldirox and the rest of the lads the good news. Actually, we do the tunnels first, apparently. Oh, Neek. Oh, Neek, do me a favor. Do favor for me. Thank you, Neek. You're off to a good start. Alright, when the gold rush hits again, there'll be so much metal pouring out of that mine. You won't believe your eyes. And when Bobs pulls on the cottontail costume, your peepers will pop out on stalks. I know mine will. That's as may be, but I ain't stepping in a single fishnet unless you do everything Goldirox asks for first, remember? Bob's kind, Bob's caring, Bob's become dancing girl for me. Me not worthy. Don't worry, Goldirox. I ain't putting myself out. I've always wanted to be a dancer like me, my dear old mom. The only reason I'm waiting is to get these wasters working. Oh, so you're blueballing everyone. Thanks. Speaking of which, there's a little matter of Goldirox's other favor. How's that coming along, Neek? Neek, ain't you gonna believe it? The miners collect... Oh, we immediately go into that. Yeah, this is the text you would get. After Dan would say, we got 1,000 that we have to work on the bar. We would have gotten control back again. And we would, well, be directed at the bar to finish that one up. This is actually the dialogue that comes now when you have enough copper collected to turn Goldirox in a Copper Golem, and which will be given at this point anyway, whether you have enough or not. The miners have collected 1,000 lumps of copper. We can finally turn Goldirox into a Copper Golem. Come on, let's hurry over and tell him the good news. We're standing next to him. That's really cool, that baseball pitch. I really like that. And that's Goldirox being a Copper Golem. Woohoo, me become Copper Golem. Thank you, Neek. Congratulations, Goldirox. You're looking pretty dapper. Thank you, Babs. You happy, me happy. We all happy. But if no become golem, gold golem, golden age, no return. Need more metal. There's only one thing for it. Oh, there's only one thing for it. We'll have to push deeper into the mine. That's if there's any gold and silver left down there. We can worry about that later. For now on, let's just be happy about Goldirox's swanky new look. That copper clobber really suits ya. Really? Really, really? Thank you, Bubs. Me feel stronger already. Well, Nick, you've done a smashing job on the mine. I've got a few newfound respect for the builders since I met you. But without wanting to be rude, I thought I'd give you a gentle reminder. There's still a bit more work what needs doing on the pub. The miners need a proper place to unwind after a stressful day's digging. If the lads loosen up at night, they'll mine more metal in the morning. See where I'm coming from? You've already put a cracking blueprint down, so all that's left to do is plonk all the bits and bobs in the right places. Bish bash bosh. Job done. I know you can do it, Nick. When it comes to the bar building, you're the best bar builder, bar none. Okay, that's a bunch of alliteration in one go. Okay. Ooh, Digby, you have something to say? Let's finish this up. So, you got all the tunnels on the top level back in action. Eh? Not bad for a spindle-spanked Sprog. Now our output's bound to go through the roof. The next evening report can't come soon enough. But more importantly, we're getting closer to the legendary day when Babs becomes a dancer. I need to pump me packs and tow me traps so she notices me. Babs become dancing girl soon. What? The Goldirox? Are your ear wigging again? Get off it. No can help it. Me too big. Get in people's way. Stay here, listen and watch instead. Me like Bobs, like to hear about Bobs. Maybe marry Bobs one day. Oh boy, that's gonna be a marriage for the ages. Marry? Cool blimey. I got some stiff competition. I'll have to train harder than ever before to get muscles bigger than Billy Big Biceps. Yeah, there are all of a sudden three things coming to an end. A mission, all the tunnels, and Goldirox turning into... I really have to move this thing. It's a little bit in the way. I am gonna check if I can put this outside of the town though. I do have to let it grow bigger first. So... let's allow these things to grow. No! I hit one with the hammer. Oh boy. Well, that's what you get with the hammer. So... that one will be replacing that. Ooh! The declaration, eh? Listen here, lads, the line's fading fast, so we'd better get cracking with today's accumulation declaration. Gather round, lads, it's time to kick off today's declaration, and it looks like we've bagged a bumper haul. First up is Nick's share, and he won't be disappointed. Here goes! 61 lumps of coal, 24 chunks of iron, 14 chunks of copper. That's a lot more iron than we had before. That's a whole lot more. Alright, that's a lot. You boys deserve a digger's jigger or two tonight. Just make sure you're up bright and early for more mining in the morning. Okay, so now that we have this, it's getting long enough. We don't actually have a mission. Our goal is now to finish up this bar. I won't be putting in everything yet. However, I will think that I'm gonna build up the walls for the next video. so that we only have to put in the missing furniture and all that in order to, well, finish this up. So yeah, because now that Goldirox is a Copper Golem, I don't have to worry about him turning into a Copper Golem or any other kind of golem while I am not really recording, or I'm recording but not for a video. I'm just recording some B-roll as it is. Okay, I've checked my notes. So for the next time, in the meantime, I will be finishing the walls of this bar, of the pub. That is what I'm gonna do in between this episode. I will also look at the floor and see if I can replace that with flagstone or something instead of sand. See if I can scrounge up enough flagstone to do that. All in all, that's for next time, as we will be finishing up the copper bar and preparing to get into the next section of the next part of the chapter. I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like behind below. If you also leave a like behind if you enjoyed the Let's Play, or hey, if you enjoy Dragon Quest Builders 2, you're also always allowed to leave a like behind. If you didn't, then leave behind a dislike. I also would like to know your thoughts in the comments below. I thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye!